Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be an extended weekend reading looking at the energies surrounding us over the weekend of April 6th through the 8th, 2018. For the reading, I've actually already meditated and shuffled off camera and have laid out the spread, and it is a 3-card spread plus one additional card from the bottom of the deck as the overall energy for the weekend using the Sun and Moon Tarot deck. And I have pulled one additional oracle card from the Earth Magic Oracle card deck by Stephen D. Farmer. Just a reminder, these readings are general. The messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way for you to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com or take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com, where you can find pricing as well as the types of readings that I offer. Right, so let's get into our reading. Let me go ahead and lower my camera just a little bit. I think we can see everything here. Okay, so in the past position, the energy as we leave the week, heading into the weekend of the 6th through the 8th, we have the 7 of Pentacles. In the present position, we have Major Arcana number 21, the Universe, the World card. And in the future position, the outbound energy for the weekend as we head into the new week, we have Major Arcana number 7, the Chariot. And the card that was at the bottom of the deck is another Major Arcana. So out of 4 cards, we have 3 Major Arcanas here. It's number 2, the High Priestess. And the Oracle card is New Moon, Promise. Let me hold this up so you can get a good look at it. And I'll get to that after we go through the main reading here. Let's start off with the the card that's in the past position here, the 7 of Pentacles. The suit of Pentacles itself, we know it deals with those material things in life, right? So the things we can touch and feel here in the material realm, we usually associate it with our home, our family, financial prosperity, has to do with money, the money that we earn from the work that we do, has to do with our jobs. And usually the 7 of Pentacles is a card that speaks of some type of short-term achievement, right? Like reaching a goal, reaching a milestone. There's also the sense of us needing to sort of pause, pause, take time out, reflect on where we're going from here. Yes, we may feel good because we have managed to, accrue this much money, or we've, reached a certain level within our job, or, we've managed to save up and, buy the things that we wanted to buy, that type of thing. So, there might be some type of goal that we have reached, but we're just sort of thinking, okay, and now what? Where do we go from here? So it's about feeling happy, feeling satisfied with what you have already, but also, understanding that you need to keep working, you need to keep your eye on the long-term goal, right, to make it from the 7 of Pentacles to the 10, which is sort of the ultimate, the ultimate card as far as, prosperity, financial stability. In this deck, it does have a slightly different meaning. It's called failure. You can see it's at the top of the pip cards, the minor arcanas. They do have, some of them have, words or keywords associated with it. And so it's called failure. But what this failure is more to do with a fear of failure. And so there's, the card sort of asks you to maybe let go if there is some fear surrounding next steps. And we do have, these 2 cards definitely speak of, endings, movement, new things. So if there's some fear about letting go of, if this could have been you in a job, maybe you've been in that job for a while, maybe you've reached a certain, position within the company, but then you're kind of stuck, and maybe you've realized that there really is nowhere for you to go except for, look for a different opportunity, something like that. So it's asking you to release if there is any sort of fear surrounding, the next steps, or, what comes next in the process as far as where you are looking to go. Release that fear, okay? Release this fear of failure. And what we have, at the center here of the reading for the weekend is this ending card, right? The universe, or the world card in the major arcana. It's the last of the major arcana, and it really speaks of, a completion of a very long cycle, right? This is a significant ending. This isn't just, it's a long time coming, and it's usually when you think of the fool starting off his journey in the tarot, he's the 0 card. And then he goes through all of the, the spiritual ups and downs in order to grow, to progress on his spiritual path until reaching the universe card, which is the world card, the end of, or the culmination of his journey, and the end of that particular cycle. So one cycle is ending, and then another cycle is beginning here. So we usually, we think of this as a card of completion. It's also a card of victory, and we have 2 victory cards because the Chariot card is also a victory card. It's a card that speaks of, again, of potential, right? But it's also a card that speaks of new beginnings, starting off on something brand new. And especially sitting after the 7 of Pentacles, there might be, whether this is a new job, that you're starting off on this new job, or, whatever this was that you have to release as far as fear of failure. This is something new coming in for you, right? This is one major chapter in your life, significant chapter ending, and then a new one beginning. And the outbound energy, this Chariot card, again, a card of victory, and this also speaks of forward movement. It speaks of, sometimes it can have to do with, physically moving. So it could be moving home. This could be moving from one place to another. This could be you, traveling across land. This could be to accept a job, maybe, in a different city from where you're currently living, even in a different state from where you're currently living. It is, it's also a card of you being in control of where you're going, right? You see that this person, there's this balance associated, right? He's governing the, he's controlling the light and dark forces, the energies. There's balance with whatever this move is. And it is definitely a card of, of success and you being in control, you knowing where you're going, you sort of taking or leading, driving this chariot to the next destination, and you being very much in control of this. It does have to do with change as well. It's a card that speaks of change. Also self-confidence, which is interesting because we have this fear of failure card, but it does sit in the past position. So this is what you've let go of. And then the Chariot card is sort of very much the opposite, right? It's a card of triumph. It's a card of self-confidence. It's a card of, a forward movement, of change, but it's change through choice, right? There's definitely, choice involved. This is you making this decision, moving, heading out, whether this is to a new location, a new job, whatever this might mean for you. It's about, you moving forward, but, change that's coming about through choice. And then we have sitting as, as the overall energy for the weekend, we have the High Priestess. And she is again, she's a major arcana, so this is a significant card. All these 3, right? There's very powerful, significant messages, significant energy here. But she sits at the sort of gateway, right, between the spiritual realms, between the hidden realms, and material realms. And you can see here, which is kind of interesting, because we have the High Priestess with, you see the moon in the background. And then what we had with the, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of light. You can see up here, sort of mirroring, we have this new moon. So there could be something, even though this is just, for the weekend, there could be something that is, that's beginning here. And, with this endings, starting off on something new, it could be happening over the weekend, or there could be just, beginnings of it coming about over the weekend. And you might actually see, the culmination of whatever this is more towards the new moon, possibly during the month of April. We do have the new moon coming up. I believe it's on the 15th of the month. We have the new moon coming up on the 15th, and then full moon happening again on the 29th. So there could be, very, very close to the 15th, right? The 15th would be the following week. So it could be something that's coming in around the full moon with these two cards here. But the High Priestess, she is she's very intuitive. She's highly psychic. This could be, you really feeling or tuning in, sort of fine tuning or paying attention more to your intuition over the weekend. This could have to do with, obviously, she is, linked with the moon, and we know the moon has to do with besides hidden things. The moon also deals with psychic, our dreams, those messages that come in through our dreams, like messages that come in not sort of traditional ways, right? It would be through our dream state, through signs, synchronicities, through our own intuition. So this could be you just needing to, really focus, really pay attention to your intuition over the weekend. This also has to do with, it can really have to do with, let me just take a look at her. That's interesting, because we have, let me show you here, we have the light and the dark, right, represented on both cards, right? So we have the balance, the opposing forces here of the light and the dark pillars, right? Here we have the bulls. And then we also have, you see, she has this book of knowledge in front of her. And she is very much associated with, the hidden, right? The knowledge, but it's that hidden, the knowledge of the hidden realm. She's somebody who, she can bring or connect us with even, the hidden realms, but through, or with an emphasis on introspection, with an emphasis on, us really being more in tune and listening to the messages coming through from the universe at this time. We have the universe here, we have the chariot here. So, definitely with these three cards, I would say, do pay attention to your dreams, do pay attention to your intuition, listen to, if you have that gut feeling about something new that you're beginning with, or if this has to do with a move or accepting a job or, applying for new jobs, go with your, listen to those messages that you get, right? Listen to your intuition here. And it does, again, this new moon, which speaks of promise, it speaks of new beginnings. Let me read you. I like for the oracle cards, I like to read you the full meaning for the card. And this one says, let me find it here. New moon, here we go. So it's called New Moon Promise. And it says, this is the time to launch a project, a new relationship, or renew something that has been put aside for a later date. With your intention and willingness to allow a full cycle to complete itself, that which you desire will manifest. The seed of that idea is likely to emerge from the darkness of your subconscious into your full awareness. The next step is to put into action what is required to fully realize this idea. A promise has two meanings. It can be a commitment and guarantee to yourself or someone else that a particular thing will happen, or it can imply that something specific is expected to happen. When your will is aligned with the will of Spirit and your intention is focused upon what you wish to have happen, there will be fulfillment and the promise is kept. So, and again, the reference to the new moon, and this promise and new things and new beginnings. We have the moon again here. So definitely, this could be, like I said, something that, you're getting rid of, you're leaving whatever this fear of failure is in the past. You're heading towards something new, a completion of a major cycle going on right here. So new beginnings coming in, but you're in control of the new beginnings. But there's a definite connection to, needing to heed your intuition, something possibly coming through around the new moon, the time of the new moon in April. So again, around the 15th. But, endings, beginnings, and promise, right? So new beginnings that could definitely bring, a great happiness and are offering you, or are this new, it's a new promise for beautiful things to come in. So I love this for the weekend. I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for joining me here today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.